What is going on, guys? It's your boy RT here, bringing you yet another video, and today I want to talk a little bit about something that happened 2 days ago, actually. Maybe it was yesterday. Well, anyway, so I've come to the conclusion that Apple customer service officially sucks ass. Now, I used to have an Apple phone and I switched to Android, but that absolutely has nothing to do with it. And I'm not saying that Apple as a whole, as a company, is terrible, because I mean, they're not a terrible company. They make some quality stuff, and I say that because the iPhone 6 fucking bends. I don't know how you can like make a phone and not test to see if it bends. But anyway, yeah, so I'm not saying they're a terrible company. I'm just saying that their customer service is fucking awful. Well, on the phone anyway. So what happened was, let me get to the story. What happened was, one day I just had the idea that I want to get into app development. Now, I did my research and I looked at a bunch of programs and stuff, and it seems like, you know, Apple has the easiest programs to use for app development, even though the developing is only going to be available on the iPhone App Store, but I'll take care of that later, it doesn't matter. I just want to get into app development and get my feet wet a little bit, you know, it seems interesting to me. So I did my research, you know, some companies have you could either like do all this coding and shit, or some companies you can sign up for and actually you can design the app and they'll do the coding for you, but I mean that costs way too much fucking money. They want like $100 to $200 a month for the good ones. So I was like, you know what, fuck that. I looked into Apple's thing, and what they had is this program called Xcode 6, and they recently, with the new update that they have on the OS X operating system, is the program called Xcode 6 and Swift programming language. And I believe Xcode 6 might have already been in there, but the Swift programming language is pretty much, it's a programming language that you can use to program apps, and it's just a little bit easier than everything else. But anyway, I've come to the conclusion that I want to use this software, but the only problem is you need the Mac operating system to use it, because you got to access the Mac App Store and all that shit. So I was like, alright, maybe I'll just, you know, get an ISO image offline and make a bootable USB or something like that, because, you know, all over certain websites they got ISO images and you can just like burn it to a disk and shit and blah blah blah. So, you know, I tried that, and honestly, I don't know how long I tried it for. I would say about three to 6 hours. I tried doing this and getting this shit settled, and it just wasn't happening. So I was like, you know what? All right. At this point, I was pretty frustrated. I'm not gonna lie. So I just decided to give up, and I decided it'd be easier if I just went ahead and bought the Mac operating system. And I'm actually glad I did, but I had to go through hell to fucking order this shit and whatever. So I went on the website, right, and they got all this obvious shit up there, like when you go to shop you can search for products like their iPads and iPhones and Macs and all that shit, but I didn't see anywhere on there, like I didn't see that operating systems anywhere on there. So like I was pretty confused. So I was like, alright, so since I don't see these operating systems on there, and you know I can't find the links to order them, maybe I'll just call them and I'll ask them. I didn't even, at this point, since there was no link that I could find, I didn't know if they actually sold the operating system separate or not, because you know they charge you out the ass for their computers and shit. So I personally think they weren't worth it. So what I did is I called customer support. Now when you first call customer support, I figured I could just call the store that's closest to me. So I looked up the number, and what it did is it brought me to an Apple support thing where it wasn't the store, but it was just Apple, like their general support thing, and there was a machine that answers every time. Like, it was just really fucking annoying. So the machine answers, and it's trying to talk to me, and once you respond to it, like, you know, it asks you questions like, what can I help you with? What are you looking to find out from a specialist or some shit like that? And you'll say something and it'll confirm it just like any other machine would do, and it'll be like, alright, and then once you say it, it'll have this fake typing sound in the background like it's looking it up or something, like it's an actual person. Now you see, Apple tried really hard, I guess, to fucking go ahead and make this machine sound like an actual person, but anyway, I mean, it's pretty sad how hard they tried. but I could tell it was a robot. It's an actual fucking person. So you hear this typing sound and it says, "Did you say this?" And you're like, yeah, that's what I fucking said. Well, usually that's what you say. You say, yeah, that's what I said. But sometimes it fucks it up really hard and you gotta repeat yourself. And then if it doesn't understand you, you gotta actually go ahead and, you know, it asks you to, like, fucking press numbers for it because it can't understand you with the options. And, you know, no human's gonna fucking ask you to press numbers unless you're typing in your credit card number or something, trying to order something. So, after a while, you know, I finally get through the machine prompts, and it's like, oh, well, it like transfers me over to someone else, and this Indian, I don't know, I think it was Indian or something, he asked me what I was calling about, and if I'd like to be transferred to the store number. So, I mean, like I said earlier, it didn't automatically transfer me to the store. What it did was bring me to that machine, and then later you get connected to a representative, still not from the store, after you get through the bullshit machine, and then you explain to him why you're calling. So I was like, yeah, I was wondering if, this store, blah blah blah, sold standalone versions of the OS X operating system without buying a laptop. If you could just buy the standalone fucking operating system, you know, by itself. Because I don't want to spend $1,200 on a fucking Mac computer, Apple laptop, when I just recently bought a laptop. I mean, as you see my fucking laptop unboxing, right? So, I'm like, alright, he wants to know my zip code and everything, so he can connect me to the store. I finally get connected to the store after about 30 minutes of trying to get through the shit. And, the guy that picks up the phone at the store, he's like, alright, so, what are you calling for today? What can I help you with? I said, yeah, I was just wondering if you guys were selling the operating systems, like, by itself, if I could buy a standalone copy without buying a Mac or laptop computer. And he said, well, unfortunately, I mean, I'm going through after all this shit, right? Unfortunately, we do not sell that in the store, and you have to order it over the phone or online. So I was like, oh, okay. So he said, would you like me to connect you to the online store, you know, over the phone, and you can order it online? I was like, alright, that sounds good. So he goes to transfer me over, and when he transfers me over, it, like, he transfers me back to where I started with the fucking machine and everything. I was like, oh my god, you gotta be kidding me. So, I'm back at the machine that just took me 30 to 45 minutes to fucking get through, right? So, I got this machine talking to me and fake typing again, and I'm like, oh my gosh. So, you know, I would say another 30 minutes or so goes by, and, you know, I'm still fucking trying to get past the machine. I keep hanging up, redialing, because anyone who's called Apple customer support before will understand how annoying it is to get through this machine. And I can't stress it enough, honestly. Like, if you're gonna have a customer service line, I don't know why the hell you're gonna have a machine answer it every time. Like, I sort of understand it, but come on now. You're a big ass company, and if I'm gonna call a store, you shouldn't be connecting me to a fucking, like, general number for customer support, okay? If I call the store, you should be connecting me to the store so I could talk to someone there, not waste 1 to 2 hours, 1 to 4, I should say 4 hours of my fucking time trying to, like, get connected, because by the time I get connected, I got connected to this dude, and then I took all this time, and he says, you know, we don't sell it in the store. Like, I just wasted so much time just for him to pick up the phone and tell me that they do not sell it in the store and I have to order it online. Then, to make it worse, I get set back to the fucking same machine again. I don't know if he pressed the wrong number or if he just wanted to get fucking rid of me. I really don't know. But, you know, that's the problem with Apple, man. They want you to do everything on your own. That's why they have the fucking machine. Apple's one of those companies where it tries to make everything fucking simple, and they just don't want to pay workers, I guess, or something. They just don't want to have to deal with your shit. You know, they make the operating system on the phone and everything so simple for a reason, guys. Then you go to look shit up, and they want you to use the forums and actually read it up on yourself and fucking troubleshoot it yourself, and it's just so annoying. Like, why can't I just call and talk to an actual fucking person that knows what they're talking about? Like, I really just don't understand it. Because I guarantee you, if I call for something else, like a different product, I might come up to a machine or something, but I guarantee you I can get that machine in about 3 minutes to connect me to the fucking customer support or whatever it is. You know? Like, think about how much money does Apple make? Like, I don't know off the top of my head, but let's just think about that for a second. Okay, so they're making all this money, but they want people, like, they're lazy as fuck, man. Like, they want people to troubleshoot the issues themselves. They don't want to deal with anyone that has an Apple product. They truly don't. And the only ones that actually want to deal with you when you have an Apple product that you need something, like, to fix it are the people that are actually in the stores. You know, you go into the Apple store, it seems like those people are generally caring, and maybe they're just trying to sell you something so they make more money, but I don't know. It's just pretty fucking ridiculous. But anyway, you know, like, I just decide to just give up with this calling shit. So I'm like, all right. I wait through the day and everything, hoping that maybe I could try calling again later in the day. And I do try and it fails again. So at this point, I've already wasted so much time. And I'm like, you know what? There's probably something online where I can talk to somebody over their chat support, and they could just give me the link. So I go on the chat support and I get the link, and it's like, wow, like, I order it, it's only 20 bucks surprisingly, because if you go to order Windows, that shit is like 100 something. I don't know. So I guess when you pay for an Apple product, you're paying for the more of the product rather than the software itself. But anyway, like, I could have went and did this online chat thing from the beginning. I don't know why I didn't. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to rant about that real quick because I figured it really was a good thing to talk about. Because I don't know, I don't fucking know. But anyway, it's been real. Your boy Artsy is out.